All right, we just got done riding a very special motorcycle, the 2017 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10RR. This is the return of the ZX-RR bikes. Back in the 90s and the 80s, Kawasaki would make these things routinely. Up-spec bikes designed for competition, designed for racing. They could only make a couple of them because the only reason they were making them is just so they could go racing. And that's what Kawasaki's done again with this 2017 bike. They're only making 1,000 motorcycles worldwide in this ZX-10RR trim. And geez, you know, I haven't spent a lot of time on the 2016, 2017 ZX-10R, so it's really nice to get reacclimated with this bike. And wow, I mean, we rode it on the street, we rode it on the track, rode it at the drag strip even. And what can't this bike do? That's the real question. It can do everything. On the track, it's an absolute weapon. I love the suspension. The handling is incredible. I mean, you really won't find a bike that you can just, you know, take to the track, do nothing to, and just wail on and have a bike that's so competent, so easy to ride, so fun, so charismatic, so much feel in the chassis. I mean, when you're riding around corners on this bike, it feels like you're on your hands and knees. That's how much feel you have. That's how much feel comes out of this gas-charged show of force. It's literally incredible. It's one of the better handling leader class bikes you can buy today, the ZX-10R and RR. The electronics on it as well, the IMU equipped traction control system, I mean, it works really well, both on the track and on the street. We were riding on some kind of sketchy roads here in Oregon today, and that TC in the maximum setting, in the setting 5, it really allowed me to ride the bike hard. I didn't have to worry about losing traction. I didn't have to worry about the bike getting crazy underneath me. I could just focus on riding. And that's what really the point of electronics are on these motorcycles. Take all the worry out of stuff. Let you focus on the road ahead and have fun. And the Ninja's electronic systems do that quite well. The brakes on this motorcycle, I haven't ridden a bike lately that has as good of brakes as this thing. No fade, plenty of power, excellent feel. That Kawasaki ABS system is the real deal. You can ride this bike insanely hard. And it works with the whole dynamic of the bike, from the Showa fork to the new auto blip downshifter. Everything on this bike is very seamless, very well integrated, and it allows you to ride the bike obscenely hard without scaring yourself. I really like this bike. The addition of the auto blip downshifter on this RR model, my God, it complements the chassis splendidly. This bike loves to go into corners. The front end feedback, the front end on this bike is incredible. And with that auto blip downshift, it allows you to enter corners even more seamlessly. There's no pitch, there's no weird chassis movement when you're entering corners. The bike's literally just hooked up the whole time, from braking, corner entry, to mid-corner, to corner exit. This bike is glued to the pavement. And obviously the OEM fitment of the Pirelli Diablo Supercourse SP tires, they only complement that. You know, it's a high performance track day tire. You can get a lot of grip out of the tires and excellent handling, but they're not gonna last the longest. But we'll take it for the amount of performance you get out of these tires. Ergonomics wise, this Kawasaki, it fits guys like me really well. I'm 6 foot tall, I'm a little bit taller, I'm a little bit bigger, I'm a little lankier, and the ergonomics in the cockpit of this bike really they fit me well. It's a little bit more stretched out, a little bit more bigger feeling than some other leader class bikes, but I like that. I can tuck underneath the windscreen well, and when I'm riding this thing on the street, I don't feel like I'm riding a 600 or a little teensy-weensy bike. I feel like I'm riding something meaty. For a lot of you guys, you're gonna like that. Probably my only real squawk with this bike, if any, is just the instrumentation, the dash. You know, it's still 2011 spec and it's not color, it's pretty basic LCD monochrome style. The tachometer is kind of hard to read even though it's a big horizontal bar graph. The speed, the LCD component is very small. It's really hard to see while you're riding or even when you're parked at a standstill. We'd really like to see Kawasaki fit something more premium, you know, something that's easier to read while you're riding. It doesn't have to be color, it just needs to be easier to read and decipher while you're riding. Final feature on this bike is the launch control. My God, the launch control setting, KLCM setting 1, I couldn't believe how easy the bike was to launch with that. I think I did a 10.4 quarter mile with the electronics, and I actually was able to go faster with launch control than with it off. And kudos to Kawasaki for getting the electronics right on this motorcycle. Overall though, if you're looking for a really special motorcycle, something that you can hold on to, something that's gonna make you want to ride, that harkens back to the old days of, you know, superbike racing when Doug Chandler was winning races and Scott Russell was the man, this Kawasaki ZX-10RR bike is that bike. It really embraces the heritage and spirit of Kawasaki and the racing pedigree of the company. And it really is an awesome bike for riding on the track or even on the street. I mean, this bike does it all.